Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Joe the Lego Guy, and today I'm going to be looking at every Lego Luke Skywalker minifigure that I own. Now there's quite a few of them here, and a couple of them that I don't own, or that I simply could not find. So those will be honorary mentions at the end. Maybe I'll throw a picture up of them, but I can't find them right now, so they won't be in the video. So the rules of this, one, I'm going to be taking a look at each individual one. I mean, it's all based on personal opinion, but I will let you know my opinion of my favorites at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So here we are again. There will be no order to which these are displayed. It's not going from chronological order based on when they started or when they released. I'm just gonna start picking them out one by one from the edges here first. So the first one that we've got here is the Hoth Luke. He only came in, I think it was one set in this variant. But anyway, very nice minifigure, and I've always loved Hoth. I think everybody kind of does. I mean, Empire was, everybody knows, one of the best movies. So very nice minifigure. I'd like to just put hair on him because honestly these helmets are a bit shady. I'm not their biggest fan. So good detailing on the on both the back and the front of the torso, by the way. Very nice. It would have been nice to get a little bit of, as I always say, arm printing and / or leg printing, but when they released the set that he came out in, they didn't really do that a whole ton. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so the second one we're going to be taking a look at is very new, actually. It just came out just this year in 2019. But it's the second iteration of the Dagobah Luke Skywalker. So he's got kind of his scared face on the front, and then meditation face on the back there. But again, all in all, good printing, good everything. Let's take a look and compare it real quick. Here is the first version that came out in, I think, 2005, and then 2019 here. So I like this one because it's classic. It brings back nostalgia of when you first picked up the, it looks like there's a bit of discoloration on the back of his hair. But back when you picked up the first X-Wing with the Dagobah's hut and everything. So yeah, anyway, very nice figure. It's really cool to see the differences. Obviously, with the old one, there's no back face printing. But surprisingly, the printing on the old one is held up very well. Not many of my minifigures, or, well, not many of anyone's minifigures, unless kept and stored properly, are really this well kept after that many years. So let's just jump into the next one. All right, the next one we'll pick up from the back, and I am sorry about this face. This was one of the ones that I first had when I was a little kid. So I played around with it a lot and have not replaced the head yet. So beyond that, the torso printing is held up pretty well. But this is just the original Luke Skywalker. I think this is the first Luke Skywalker they ever released. Maybe the second, only to be beat out by the original Tatooine robes. But I'm not 100% positive. I'll look that up in a little bit. But I mean, great helmet all overall, especially for the time. It was just fantastic. And a lot of these I do have their lightsabers, but I try to keep the chrome ones out of their hands for the most part. Just because I don't want to wear off the chrome. They're very hard to find anymore. So they're not all that cheap. The next one here, once again, is an old one, and he does have the chrome hilt here. That has been very well kept up. So if we take a look at it here, it was just so nice to have the chrome hilt instead of the metallic one, or for a while they just went straight gray there, which was very annoying. I did not like that, but I love the chrome ones. But this is the original version of Jedi, or Return of the Jedi Luke. So again, no backface printing or anything, but just classic. I mean, old color lightsaber blade is now their green is actually a whole separate color. But this is the old style of everything, and just so classic. I think the cheapest set he came in was about $5.99 when it released, and it came with him, I think, a stormtrooper, and Darth Vader, as far as I'm aware, but I'm not 100% positive. Once again, it's been a long... Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Darth Vader. It was just like a guard. But anyway, very nice minifigure. probably one of my favorites out of all of them. Next one here, once again, I apologize for the face. I have not redone that yet. I actually bought the set that he came in brand new. And I'm not talking about way back in the day, I'm talking about fairly recently. I have a brand new unopened one. I just really don't want to open it because there's so much value and so much just nostalgia there and everything. It's really cool to have the unopened set. But no back face printing. Well, at this point, there's almost no front face printing, am I right? Very nice printing on the ropes and everything. This is the only version of of Endor Luke we have ever received by LEGO. And I really hope they redo this. I really hope they make another one. They've made a rendition, or a new rendition, of Han and Leia, but not Luke. So, anyway, our next one here, we're actually going to be taking a look at several of them. Or 3 of them, at least. Actually, no, you know what? There's 4 of them. Wow, they just kind of keep on coming. These are all of the different iterations of the pilot Luke. So, let's see. The first one here, and obviously you saw the original one, but that one I kept separately because this is the same thing, only it is the 20th anniversary edition. So this one released just this year, no chrome hilt though, that's kind of sad. But yeah, this is the original one. This one, I'm pretty sure it was this one. This one came out next, where the detailing on the helmet was a bit more refined. But it has the glasses down face there, and then the glasses up face there. Again, though, I don't like putting that on like that, because it looks like he has some form of weird orange eyebrows. So, it's just a little bit strange. But anyway, very nice minifigure. Just the detailing is incredible. And this isn't the next one after the original one was made, but it's the next one that I have here. I have the other one, but he's in one of the X-Wings, and I've got like 4 of them spread out through my house, and I couldn't find it. Alright, so then we have this one. This is in the stage where they were making the faces very strange. So again, great detailing on both the front and back of the torso assembly, except for the white. It's a little bit pale there, and I don't really like that. But I do like that he has the white hands. That was a little maneuver that's just a little bit different and kind of interesting to see. And then we've got the legs assembly printing there, and even some on the hips, which was very nice. So we've got the back face with the visor down, front face with the visor up. This is the only one that I'll leave like that because you can see the eyebrows under the orange, so it doesn't just look creepy, or not as creepy. But anyway, they made the face very weird in this couple of years. Actually, it may have just been the 1 year. But either way, they gave him just that odd jawline, a couple of dots throughout his face. It was just very strange, and we'll see that again, actually, in some later minifigures. But now on to the most recent pilot Luke. It's going to be this one right here. Unfortunately, I got the blade with a couple bubbles in it, but oh well, you can't beat them all. But by far, this is the most detailed and the most, they've kind of got this down to a silent, or a science, not a silence. So he's just got the normal Luke face, and then on the back we've got sort of the grinning one. But this is a dual molded new helmet. The only new helmet to ever release for Luke, at least in the pilot series. And then they came out with another one this year in 2019. By the way, this came in the 2018 X-Wing. But they came out with another Luke this year in the 2019 4 Juniors set that did not have this helmet. It reverted back to the old ones. I thought it was very strange. Anyway, enough about Pilot Luke, as there are like a trillion of him. Let's take a look at our next ones. All right, so the herd is thinning a bit. Let's move him over. And now we're going to take a look at the Luke from Tatooine. And there is the original one with the yellow head. Again, I could not find that for this video, but rest assured, I do have him. It's just that, I mean, it's hard to keep track of all these, of all these minifigures here. So the first one that we're going to start out with, I think the first one that came out of all of these was this one here. So they upped the printing phenomenally from the first one. Just great overall. On the first one, though, on the one with the yellow head way back in, I think it was 99 that they released Luke's original land speeder. But anyway, it did have printing on the legs, which was just unheard of at the time. It was so awesome. But anyway, so we've got regular Luke face here. We turn it around, and there's actually nothing there. So that kind of tells you that this was one of the first ones to release after the original. But anyway, very nice printing, very nice belt. It's got the printing on the legs and the torso assembly, but no back torso assembly printing either, which is very interesting. You can really start to show the age based on whether or not they have back printing, and sometimes dual molded legs. So I think the next one that came here is this one. This came in, what was it, the 2014 or 2016 Millennium Falcon. Oh no, it wasn't the 2016, I don't think. Excuse me. Anyway, it was a few years ago. But this is the only Luke Skywalker to ever release that, one, only had the angry face as the regular face, but again, no back printing. So this was definitely made a little while back. But that being said, it was the only one to release with the printed visor down, where he's just beginning to learn to use the Force, which is phenomenal. That makes this one a huge collector's piece, and I'm very, very glad that I picked up that Millennium Falcon when I had the chance. So those came out around the same time, but I definitely enjoy this one more just because of its extreme exclusivity. All right, so for the next one, we've got this one right here, which actually this, wait, no, this one's newer. Okay. Well, let's switch it to this. So this is where they switch the legs from being tan with white printing to white. And then, I mean, there's no white printing, but there is printing. So as you can see, I mean, as a bit of a comparison, the shirts are very, very similar. This one's got more of a dark metallic gray belt buckle on there, and a little bit of a smaller satchel. Other than that, it's fairly similar. And this one actually does have back printing, so that's very nice. But the white legs, they definitely made for an interesting take. I think it's actually pretty good, although I really liked the tan ones. It seemed to work a little bit better. But again, this is the weird face that I was talking about. The weird jawline and the dots and just the creepy kind of grin there. And then if we flip it around, he's got evil or mean face, whatever it is. I don't know. It just looks like something that does not look like Luke Skywalker in the slightest. So later they decided to amend that and change it, which is where this guy comes into play. So he's just got his regular Luke face here, and we turn it around. He's a little bit more frowny and all that good stuff. But that being said, this came in the newest land speeder, which was a fantastic set. It was like $20, and it came with like 4 or 5 really solid minifigures. It was just awesome, and I actually found it on sale a little while back, right when it was going out of stock for like $10. So I got a couple of those, and they're actually just chilling here, but they're just in the back. But anyway, very nice minifigure. I mean, you've got your printing on the legs, printing on the torso assembly, and the back as well, and a much better face, in my opinion, than that one. This one just looks really creepy, in my opinion, and I do not know why they did that, but I think he came in the Mos Eisley Cantina. So let's move on to our next few. All right, so our next one we're going to look at is actually old Luke from The Last Jedi, which I love the hairpiece for him. Absolutely perfect. And then the face is very nice. I mean, you've got all the wrinkles, the beard. It's got the gray and tan in there. And then the other side looks much more angry. Unfortunately, this is the spongy cape, and you know how I feel about these capes. I just don't like them. It makes it harder to crease, but they're just too flimsy and they look weird around the neck. But anyway, I'm glad to see his white robes and everything. It's just really cool to see him back once again, although a lot of people hated that movie. And then it's got the back robe printing there. But this came in the Lego set, the Octu Island, and it's the only one with old Luke in it. The only set currently. Although we are getting, well, we're rumored to get a almost like a little battle pack, one of those 3 minifigure pack kind of things with Luke Skywalker, but it's going to be old Luke in his black robes, which I think is going to be absolutely awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at our last few. Alright, so our last few minifigures are all very similar. It's all Return of the Jedi Luke. So this one here came in the Rancor pit, which is also Jabba's palace, or I mean, came alongside Jabba's palace. And I'm actually incorrect. It was not this one. It was this one, the one with the angry face. So on the back here, he does have the regular face, and on the front, he's got the angry one. So it's very interesting to see that they actually put him with a gray robe and not a black one. So I thought it was a bit strange, quite honestly, but I mean, I like the contrast. It's very interesting. Although I really wish they would have put robe printing on the legs. I wish they would start doing that for people. Or at least for Luke. They do it for practically everyone else, including but not limited to Mace Windu. But yeah. So how I knew that one was the Rancor Pit one. This one, I just checked it out. As you saw, it does not have a back face printing. This one, I'm fairly sure, came in a desert skiff, which they've made like 3 or 4 iterations of. I've bought them all. I like the desert skiff. Cool little vehicle, great part in the movie. And then, obviously, the first look at his brand new green lightsaber. So the next one here is going to be this one. This one came in the like the throne room battle. So basically, it came with Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and Luke Skywalker. And I think that was the first Darth Vader with the new adaptation of the helmet as well. But anyway, they finally updated the black robe printing from this one here. And it just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, so many more details and everything than the back printing as well. On the head, you've got the kind of more serious face and then the happy face. But yeah, very, very nice. One of my favorites. Very, very close, but actually one of my absolute all-time favorite Luke Skywalkers. This one right here. So it's the same jacket or the same robe as that one, but this one has the little flap open, and this one has a lot more exclusivity to it because this only came in, I think there was some like promotional watch or something, but he may have had a different face printing, but this one only came in the Ultimate Collector Series Battle of Endor, which I have over there, but I won't show it to you right now. I'll show it to you later. But again, no leg printing or anything. Just the really nice torso printing, except for the belt buckle. The belt buckle was smudged when I bought it, and that really frustrated me because I was very excited to get this minifigure. But again, you've got your front and back face printing. I always leave it on the happy face for this one, and then the more angry face there. I just leave it on the happy one because it's after they blew up the Death Star. Spoilers for any of you who haven't seen that movie since, what was it, the 80s, 70s? I don't know. A very, very long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. Dab. Anyway, so let's just take a look at all of them and point out the favorites. So here we are. Sorry, the end ones here are cut off a little bit. But I'm going to have to say, as a final verdict, my favorite Luke Skywalker minifigures that I own is going to be that one, aka the one from the Ultimate Collector Series, Battle of Endor. And then I'm going to have to bring in this one right here. You've got your original Landspeeder Luke, and I love the original one. I just don't have him in frame, so he's going to be a kind of a placement for now. And then as the third one here, I'm going to have to choose not the 20th anniversary one, although it says 20th anniversary. This head is just in better condition than that one right there. But I love that one just because of the old nostalgia and one of the first minifigures I ever owned. And as the fourth and final one, I'm gonna have to go with Dagobah Luke. Dagobah Luke has always been a fan favorite, and I'm glad they finally brought him back in the newer series and the newer printing and style and everything. Now, I would also choose the Cloud City Luke, which I also have, but again, I lost him, and I lost him like 6 months ago. I don't think I'm gonna find him, which is unfortunate because that minifigure is probably worth about $100. But anyway, I'm definitely planning on getting the new Cloud City, the Ultimate Collector Series as well, and that's going to turn into one of my favorites here just in a little while as well. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or just feel like talking, absolutely let me know in the comments. And until the next time, oh, wow, there it is. All right, well, until the next time, guys, I'll see you later. Hope you enjoyed.